As you may have seen on the opening slide, we have FreshSight, Prosper, Edinburgh University Consulting Club, 180 Degrees Consulting, and the Consultants Circle, all represented this afternoon. So you'll be able to hear from all of them over the next 45-50 minutes. And it should be a very interesting experience. After that, we'll then go into breakout rooms, so which is where you'll have the opportunity to ask all the organizations individual questions about how you can get involved, kind of what their goals are, etc. There's no strict time limit or ending for this section of the afternoon, so feel free to leave or stay as long as or as little as you'd like. For a couple of admin things before we get into it, actually, sorry, first of all, a special thanks to Edinburgh Innovations for collaborating with us for this event. Edinburgh Innovations is essentially your go-to place if you want to launch a startup. Many of the organizations here this evening have benefited from the help of Edinburgh Innovations. So if you're looking to kind of start something here at the university, whether it's entirely student-focused or a kind of business in the Edinburgh community, then check out Edinburgh Innovations and see whether they can help you. Now, onto the admin stuff. So throughout the session, if you have any questions or are struggling to hear me, then please message in the chat box, which you'll find on the right-hand side of your screen. There's a little kind of pull-out menu, and on there you'll see chat, which says everyone. So if you're having any questions or concerns or can't hear us, then please just type a message in there and we'll try and rectify any problems. When it comes to the breakout session, we'll get to that later, but essentially on that same menu bar on the right-hand side of your page, you'll see breakout rooms and the option to enter any of these rooms. Once you enter these rooms, you'll have the ability to speak and you'll have your camera on as well, so you'll be able to ask questions to the various organizations face-to-face. So I think that's everything from me, and we're now going to move on to stage one of this evening's presentation, which is your chance to get to know the student organizations. So without further ado, I'll pass over to FreshSight, who will talk to you about what they do and how you can get involved. Okie dokie, all right, passing over to you, FreshSight.
Hello, are we there? Excellent. Hi, my name's Ollie. I'm one of the directors at FreshSight. Alexis, the co-host, is the other director. I don't know if she'll be joining us in a minute, but just to go over, yeah, so FreshSight is a completely independent, student-run social consultancy, and we provide sustainable and innovative business solutions to clients that are just seeking to create a positive social impact. And that's the general gist of what we do there. But before we go into kind of why we do what we do and how we do what we do, I'll go over and give a brief history of FreshSight. So FreshSight originally was founded in 2007 as a university society at the UOE. It was called the Edinburgh Group when it was first founded. This was just a collective of students who were really inspired to try and make a positive social impact in the community they lived and studied in. However, we didn't exist in this form for very long. 2 years after our founding, we were rebranded as FreshSight. I'll let you figure out the pun about what we offer in our services there. And that was in 2009. But by 2011, we had our first major third sector client in the British Heart Foundation. A year after, in 2012, our first big public sector client in NHS Scotland. And then by the next year, our reputation in Edinburgh was really growing as clients trusted us to kind of not only do what was asked of us, but to really go above and beyond the briefs there. So to address this rising demand, as well as to ensure FreshSight continued to evolve, we became a private limited company and have existed as FreshSight Limited since 2013. Obviously, by being completely independent and student-run, we've been able to repeatedly take on new challenges and explore new avenues. So in 2015, we were able to take on our first large private sector client in Standard Life. By 2017, we took on a client, Board, who are based in Helsinki, Finland, which made us one of only 7% of Scottish social enterprises to trade their services internationally. And then in 2019, we were lucky enough to send 10 consultants to an international conference in Hanover, Germany, where they presented to over 100 delegates from all around the world and delivered their own workshops. And just this year, we launched our new initiative, Start Fresh, which is a 4-week consultancy project focused on assisting burgeoning startups. However, despite the numerous changes we've been through over the past 10 years, our commitment and our ethos have always remained the same. We are determined to create a really positive social impact in the community, and that's why we really love to help get students involved each year in helping us achieve this. Alexis, are we there? No? Okay. Right, okay, I'll keep on going for Alexis then. We cannot do this without our consultants, who are really part of the key thing of what we do, which is why we're encouraging all of you here tonight to apply. There are 3 key reasons why you should join: the experience, the people, and the impact. So firstly, the experience. As a FreshSight consultant, you'll be working with a real client to develop business solutions. When you join us, you'll be put into a team and assigned a brief outlining the areas which your client would like you to investigate. Over 9 weeks, you'll conduct well-informed, tailored research, which will allow you to come up with recommendations for your client. Concurrently, you'll be learning tangible skills through our training that is equivalent to CMI Level 5 accredited training program. And this has been designed from over a decade of successful projects and will help consultants hone their skills and recommendations. Throughout the whole process, you'll be supported by our management team, all of whom have completed at least 1 consultancy project with FreshSight. You will also regularly receive insight from industry experts working in the third and private sector, whether that's people who are alumni from the past decade of FreshSight or people who've reached out to us of their own accord after being impressed by the work we do. Alexis, shall I pass over to you now?
Yes, sorry about some technical difficulties, but I'm here. So yeah, the second reason why you should guys join FreshSight is the people. Our unflinching commitment to our ethos has enabled us to attract passionate students to our cause. However, we are not all the same, far from it actually. We recruit consultants from varying parts of the world. We have consultants from the USA, Australia, South Africa, Malaysia, and Indonesia. And we have varying backgrounds as well, from linguistics, computer science, engineering, medicine, and finance. This diverse background is very common within FreshSight, and as we strongly believe that each consultant brings something unique to the table. Moreover, the variety of background ensures that our solutions are as innovative and creative as they can be. Despite the variety of the backgrounds and the diversity within FreshSight, our consultants can always form strong friendships with one another and create the community that FreshSight is so strongly known for. On that note, we come to the most important reason to join FreshSight, and that is the impact. As a consultant, you'll be working with real organizations, all of which have a social mission to their liking. The satisfaction of seeing your work have a real difference is the most fulfilling part of FreshSight. And from our internal review, we found that 94% of our consultants felt more passionate and knowledgeable about the third sector after their time in FreshSight. To put things into perspective, my very first project when I was a second-year student, my team and I worked with a youth work charity club in the north of Edinburgh, and they worked with young people aged 7 to 20 to give them a safe space where they can develop both their soft and hard skills so that they can be better ready for the future. They came to FreshSight seeking advice on how to become more financially stable by diversifying their income streams, and in doing so, by being able to work on this, was very eye-opening as we allowed them to continue what they love to do. Moreover, what I think is really exciting about FreshSight and its impact is that because we're an independent organization, we have complete control over our profits and how we want to strategize moving forward. To give some insight, one of the big projects Ollie and I are working on this year is basically setting a framework and a structure to start a grant initiative where FreshSight can further empower students who are passionate about entrepreneurship in the third sector. So if you're looking to make change happen, FreshSight offers an experience unlike any other.
So how can you go about joining FreshSight? Well, you can find an online application form on our Facebook page or our website. This form will just have a few questions about you, as well as what you're interested in and your motivations for wanting to join us. The deadline for submitting this is next Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. If you'd like to know more or gain some insightful tips for the application, tune in on Facebook Live this Saturday at 6 p.m. BST. The details for that will be on our socials, which we recommend you follow. If you have any burning questions or really would like to know more about FreshSight right now, please come to our breakout session at 5 p.m. We'll show a short video and go over a case study. So if you'd like to see that, come in for the beginning. If not, drop by the latter half for some question and answers. Thank you.
So that's us from FreshSight. I will now be passing over to the amazing Prosper Social Finance team to explain what they do, who they are, and how you guys can all get involved.
Great. Thank you for that, Alexis, and thank you for a wonderful introduction to FreshSight. So now we'll talk to you about Prosper Social Finance. So who are we? So Prosper Social Finance is the UK's first socially responsible investment fund, founded and run entirely by students at the University of Edinburgh. So as per our mission statement, we aim to deliver positive social change in Edinburgh through responsible student-led investments. Now, what does it mean to be a socially responsible investment fund, you may ask? So we've essentially been given £50,000 from the university to invest in companies that do good and are good. Every single investment we make, in essence, must pass a rigorous screening process, which is based on our 5 core values and our environmental, social, and governance criteria, which are commonly referred to as ESG criteria in the world of finance. So we're not a student society, but a social enterprise, meaning that we are a company in our own right, and as a company, we have our own processes. Essentially, the Prosper process begins with our investment portfolio, which is underpinned by our ESG criteria and our core values. It is through these investments that we essentially finance change by supporting companies that do good and supporting social enterprises and charities that do good in a different and perhaps more direct form. As a final part of the process, we aim to challenge traditional perceptions of finance through our 2 programs that you can get involved in, our events and our blog. Prosper is essentially propped up by its analysts and senior analysts who become part of Prosper through our 2 programs, which are shown in your screen here. We aim to also engage the community aim to engage with the community as a whole by hosting events, posting on our blog, and all of this can be found on our website if you're interested. So I will now pass it on to our head of training, one of our head of training, Irem, who will talk more about our analyst training program and our senior analyst program. Irem, it's passing on to you.
Thank you, Vicky. First of all, thank you everyone for joining us today. My name is Irem, and I'm one of the heads of training for Prosper this year. I will be delivering the training program to our analysts with James, who is the other head of training for Prosper Social Finance. So our 8-week financial training program covers different aspects of ESG investing, ESG analysis, financial evaluation, social investment, business and macro analysis are some of the core concepts that we discuss in our weekly training sessions. Along with our training program, our analysts also work in teams to compose an investment proposal for their ESG stocks and evaluate this company's ESG efforts, financial strength, and industry performance. As an analyst, you then pitch your stock to our investment panel composed of our management team members as well as industry specialists from the field. This is a great opportunity for gaining first-hand investment experience as well as receiving feedback on your investment reports. We will have guest speakers from the industry attending different weeks of our training program to share their insight with our analysts. For example, Walter Scott and Partners will be delivering a session on financial analysis and accounting basics during week 2 of our training program, and they will be answering our analyst questions. Furthermore, Share Your Ideas panel will give our analysts an opportunity to meet investment advisors from different firms, as well as analysts from previous years to guide them through their company research, proposal drafts, and financial evaluation. Even though even we will unfortunately be running the training program online through Blackboard Collaborate this semester, we will still be having social finance events, webinars, as well as socials, where you will have the opportunity to meet and connect to all our analysts and management team members. Whilst Prosper is a young organization still, we have formed many partnerships with professional organizations, as you see on the screen. We also have a senior analyst program, which you can get involved in after completing the financial analyst training, where you will have the opportunity to join the social impact team or financial analysis team. So please join us in our breakout room to find more about Prosper Social Finance, how you can get involved, and what we do. Our management team members will be answering your questions. We are looking forward to seeing many of you there and answering your questions. And in the meanwhile, please follow us on social media to hear more about what's going on our application process and also seeing what Prosper does in the greater Edinburgh society. I now want to pass to EUCC.
Perfect. Thank you, Rem and Vicky, for that very informative talk. Yep, so as Rem said, we're now going to pass over to the Edinburgh University Consultancy Club. And yeah, we look forward to hearing from them. Over to you guys.
Hi guys. Yeah, everyone can hear me. So my name is Griffin, and I'm the Corporate Relations Director of the EUCC, or the Edinburgh University Consulting Club. So I'll be telling you guys a bit about us. So yeah, so this is our team. We're a very small team. We're unlike the other societies who have lots of members in our team. We only consist of 5, but we will have more members on our committee as we go through the semester. If you'd like to meet the rest of the community, our members, please go to our breakout session after this. So I'll just go on to tell you guys what we do. So we're essentially a student society, partner economic society, and we're also supported by the business school. So our core mission is to support students across the university who are interested in launching their careers in consulting. We have 6 main streams of support. I'll be going through each one of them as we go on through the slides. So first is the Vault, or this is essentially a class you'll be enrolled to once you become a member of the Edinburgh University Consulting Club, if you apply as a member. And if you click on Learn, you'll find this as a class enrolled, and you'll have access to copious amounts of workshop materials, practice cases, and cover letter examples and tips and tricks on how to strengthen your CVs on cover letter. Most of our members find this very helpful, because if you're preparing for a case interview, you'll find it very useful to use the case practices you can find on the Vault. And second is our corporate partner events. So as I mentioned before, we're a bit different from the other societies because we are basically here to help you find and launch your career in consulting by providing you a lot of opportunities to network with corporates, and also ways to help you improve your skills to apply and do case interviews. So second stream of support is our corporate partner events, and basically we provide students opportunity to learn from top consulting firms. We invite top consulting firms such as BCG, EY, and PwC, etc. to the university, and we host events with them. These events have included workshops, panel discussions, mock assessment centers, presentations, and networking events. And a lot of our members really like our corporate partner events, because it not only helps to network with the people who essentially will employ them in the future, but it helps them build their skills and knowledge to tackle cases and present in the future. Some of our previous corporate partner events are as follows. We have done with EY, BCG, Accenture, and Bain, and we'll do more this semester as well. So we have our third one is our consulting projects. This is a new initiative that we started over the summer. This is basically for students or for anyone who wants to apply to connect to real life challenges with real clients based in Edinburgh. And our clients range from commercial clients such as nonprofit clients or cafes around the in and around Edinburgh or around the campus area in Edinburgh, to government groups and corporates such as RBS, EY, and BCG. So if you apply, you'll be put into a team of 4, and you'll work with a client on a 4 to 5 week project. Students will also apply to the consulting project. We'll have training sessions with EY and consultants. So if you really want to find hands-on experience, we also provide that through our consulting project. Our clients have included RBS, Sneaky Pete's, and Humi, which is a nonprofit organization. And our next stream of support is our mentorship program. This is our first ever mentorship program scheme, which means it's also new. And this will give you, or should you become a member, a chance to consistently network with consultants who are already working in big consulting firms. Basically, this is to provide you with the inspiration and guidance in every step of the application process and beyond, should you apply to consulting firms. We want to make this as intimate and helpful as possible, so we will pair you with a mentor, and it will be like a one-on-one type of session with you and the mentor, who's a professional consultant in a top consulting firm, to help you guide your way through the steps as you apply to whatever firm that you're applying to. Our mentors come from different consulting sectors, such as the corporate sector, pro bono consulting, research, sustainability, and government. And we also have another new initiative, which is the research team. This basically is to provide our members with more technical based skills, because if you apply to our research team, you'll be doing a lot of research, obviously, and you'll be publicizing this research. You'll be publicizing these reports, and you'll be publish reports, sorry, and it's either weekly or monthly. We're not sure, but we'll confirm with that later on our Facebook group. And basically, this is to enable members and other communities in the university to read our reports and spread the commercial awareness to our members in the university. So it's similar to the Global Institute website. If you look at their website, they have a lot of publications. We'll be doing something similar to that. So if you're really interested in research, you can apply to the research team at the UCC. And lastly is our case workshops. We have our case workshops weekly, and this is really very practical and hands-on, because we do theory and practice sessions designed to help you develop your skills to require to ace case interviews. So if you plan to apply to a consulting firm in the future, you'll find this very useful, because we'll do cases with you, and we'll put you through real life case interview simulations, interview conditions, sorry. So you'll be timed, and it'll be very useful if you like to. We'll train very hard on applying to consulting firms. So I'll just skip over these slides because of time constraints. Yeah, so ways to get involved. So please like our Facebook and Instagram page to keep updates, because we'll be posting any or any other opportunities on our Facebook page. And please sign up as a member so you can get access to the vault that I mentioned earlier. Also, we're currently recruiting for committee executive positions. Please sign up for that as well. Everything will be on our Facebook page, and if you'd like to know more, please go to us during our sessions. So yeah, that's all from me. I'll be passing it on to 180 degrees.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Griffin, for your talk about the UCC. Hopefully you have a lot of people coming to your breakout rooms and everybody's keen and interested. Now I'll be passing on to Sandhya from 180 Degrees Consulting, where she'll share about what they do, who they are, and how to get involved.
Great, thanks for that, Alexis. Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. My name's Sandhya. I'm a 4th year studying biology and also the president of 180 Degrees Consulting Edinburgh for this year. So what I'm going to do is give you a brief overview about 180 Degrees Consulting, who we are, what we do, the benefits of being a consultant with us, and how to find out more about getting involved. So firstly, who are 180 Degrees Consulting? 180 Degrees Consulting is the world's largest university-based consultancy for nonprofits and social enterprises. As a branch, and with the support of the international organization, we have a vision to achieve significant social impact, both within our local area and beyond. The way we do this is by using the untapped potential of university students to develop sustainable and creative solutions to complex problems. So what do we actually do? For many of our clients in the nonprofit industry, the resources that can be allocated towards consulting services are often very limited. We aim to bridge this gap by providing high quality and innovative and affordable assistance to them. We work with our clients to overcome these challenges that they're facing and provide strategic advice in a variety of different areas. And you can see some examples of these on this slide, but it's not only limited to these areas and can often go above and beyond these two. There are many benefits of being a consultant with 180 Degrees. Firstly, you get access to high quality training sessions, as well as gaining an invaluable and real world work experience. As a consultant, you will have the opportunity to work directly with our nonprofit and social enterprise clients, as well as be given the support to really develop your leadership skills within your team. Our projects allow you to make a tangible and lasting impact and do good to your local community, as well as the global community, whilst working alongside like-minded individuals who are intelligent and impactful as you are. You will also get access to a global community of change makers like yourself, and the association with a globally recognized organization. So to talk a little bit about what we're looking for in our applicants, ultimately, 180 Degrees would like to develop the next generation of socially conscious leaders. That means that we're looking for students who enjoy problem solving and like thinking creatively in terms of solutions to these complex problems, that are passionate and enthusiastic about the opportunity to make a social impact, and also willing to commit their time to 180 Degrees as a consultant for semester 1. You need no specific background or previous experience, either in consulting or in a relevant degree, and we're just more looking for passionate individuals who really want to make a real impact and create a difference in general. So just wanted to chat through kind of key recruitment dates and important deadlines to keep mind of. Our application deadline is on the 24th of September, which is a Thursday, at 12 p.m. noon. After that, you'll hear about interviews, and interviews will be scheduled that weekend. We also have the training dates here, so people know what they're signing up to and how our training schedule works. And these training times are also available to see on this slide, as well as when you fill in your application form. So this is our team working behind the scenes and delivering the projects and also reading your application. You can see from here, we're a very diverse group of students. We all come from very different backgrounds, and we're all very dedicated to social impact and creating a real change in the third sector. So if you want to come and chat to us and hear more about what we do, please do come to our breakout room so you can hear directly from us in terms of our experiences and why 180. So in terms of next steps, you can start applying now. We have our applications open and we really look forward to reading your application. You can join our Q&A session in the breakout room if you want to ask us more specific questions to me or other members on our team. We're also running an Insight event on Friday, which you can find a link to in our Facebook event if you visit the 180 Degrees Consulting Edinburgh Facebook. And you'll get a chance then to hear from our consulting directors, and they will go through kind of the specifics surrounding the interview process, what you can expect, and you will also get the chance to kind of ask some more questions in that instance. So you can apply during using the link you can see on the slide. You can also find these links within one of our social media pages, which are all kind of linked here. But we're really looking forward to seeing our application, and thank you very much for listening to me speak about 180 DC Edinburgh.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Sonia, for that very informative presentation. We're now going to pass over to Brian with the Consultants Circle, and we look forward to hearing about him and his organization.
Hello. So I'm Brian. This is Stephanie. We're both fourth years at the University of Edinburgh, and we're kind of telling you about a new initiative that we've started over this past summer. So we're the Consultant Circle. Our little tagline is inspiring, connecting, and developing the consultants of today and tomorrow. And just to give you an introduction to who's involved, we are a national committee, so it's designed to be kind of not just in Edinburgh, but also throughout the rest of the UK and internationally as well. So you'll see me and Stephanie there. And everyone who is involved in kind of setting this up has experience in the consulting sector, whether that's through internships, inside events, or other work experience. And this is kind of set up to, I guess, guide everyone through their own consulting journeys and kind of whatever that might include. So I guess how we differ from all of the organizations that you've heard from today, who are all fantastic, by the way. We've had experience with quite a few of them. We're designed to complement what the other organizations are giving to you. So a lot of these organizations will tackle kind of specific areas of this career journey that you see kind of on the screen before you. And of course, we do realize a lot of consulting, or a lot of the people involved in organizations might not necessarily end up in consulting, but if you kind of decide that this is what you want to do, this is the kind of process that we thought most would go through. And I guess the kind of text boxes you see on the top and bottom are kind of what we can do for you. And this is very much you get out of it however much you want to type of situation. So we have a system set up where we have mentors, other students with experience, and also kind of consultants outside of university who are willing to kind of guide you through these processes and help you where they might. So yeah, just kind of keep that in mind. Even if you do join the societies and organizations that are here, we're designed to kind of, I guess, help you with those kind of organizations as well as kind of the career itself. And I'll pass it over to Stephanie for the next few parts.
Thank you. So you may be joining this call in different capacities. You know, you may be someone who's exploring consulting, preparing for case interviews, or someone who just doesn't know much about the industry yet. So what the Consultant Circle really does is that we're trying to cater to whatever stage of the process that you are in, and we have various different stakeholders, or different individuals and parties that kind of come together to provide value. So for example, you see we have individual members who get to join our circle and they get to meet other students who have similar interests so that they can help each other. And then on the other end, you have experienced interns or graduates who can then give back to university societies through mentorship and other ways of just helping. And university societies can just sort of feed into student firms with providing knowledge on like how to run projects. And the idea is that we just create this cycle of benefits through the Consultant Circle. So since starting up in July, we've only been around for 2 months, by the way. We have already accumulated 1,322 members from universities in the UK and abroad. So we're quite global, and we have a lot of people who are quite active in our community too. And we see this because our Slack channel, where we have a lot of people messaging back and forth, has over 200 members, almost 300 members already, just in the span of these 2 months. Besides that, we have a resource vault that contains a vast amount of resources and very, very important and typically, popular casebooks, such as LBS casebook, the things that you usually can only obtain with a price elsewhere, we give you free in our resource vault because we're just really here to help you along your consulting journey. And so far, we've connected over 60 students to case partners and mentors for career advice, interview preparations, and things like that. So it means that if you're someone who doesn't have anyone in your community or your university to help you prepare for your consulting interview or get that consulting job, we're here for you, basically. So yeah, CV workshops, networking events, these are examples of things that we might do, but broadly we're just an organization that was set up by a few people who felt like we didn't really have as much support as we would like in our consulting journey, and want to make sure that other people don't have that same experience. And yeah, so I want to highlight two differences between the consultant circle and just student firms. So with the consultant circle, it is not a situation where you have a commitment for a project cycle. You can basically drop in and drop out whenever you want. If you want a resource like one day, or if you want a case partner another day, you can just approach us where necessary. There are two ways you can join us. The second difference, obviously, is that there's no interview. You just sort of join the groups if you want to, and hopefully get whatever you want out of it. The first way is just through the LinkedIn group. This is for people who just want to stay in the loop with the industry. You're not actively planning on being a consultant. You can join by scanning this code here, and this is basically just broadly industry updates, announcements, opportunities, kind of thing, kind of like the highlights and like the best parts of what you need to watch. And then the Slack server is for community building and for people who are more advanced along your sort of application journey as a consultant. It gives you more specific mentoring and networking, pairs you up with case partners, that kind of thing. So you can scan the QR code here to join the server. And yeah, that's us.
And we'll be hosting a breakout room as well. You can talk to us about anything really involving consulting. We can walk you through an application process if that's what you want, and just kind of come talk to us. We'll be happy to chat to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Perfect. Thanks, Brian and Steph, for your presentation. And I just want to say thank you all for tuning into the webinar. We hope that you're now all interested and keen on applying or engaging with any of the student organizations. I also want to say a massive thank you to the other student organizations here who have participated and helped run this event. We'll now be having around a 3-minute break. So we ask for you guys to stay in the main rooms just while we set up the breakout rooms. The breakout rooms will then be accessed on your sidebar. You'll then see it, the different breakout rooms named under the different organizations. If you look to the slide here, you'll see that there's an icon, and that will help you switch between the various breakout rooms. We just wanted to give you a gentle reminder that some student organizations might be hosting mini workshops or presentations at the beginning. So please just be wary when you're switching breakout rooms, and we just want to emphasize to remain courteous and well-mannered during these sessions. So hope to see you guys in the breakout rooms.